Hello everyone. Today we'll learn how to create effective prompts to get the best results from MagicSchool's AI tools. Basically, the tools will help you quickly generate lesson plans, quizzes, visuals, and more that are tailored to your classroom needs. For today's video, we're going to focus on just prompting. We're going to learn what a prompt is. We're going to talk about why good prompts matter. We're going to look at the components of a prompt. We're going to take some time and write a prompt. And then I'm going to show you the references and where you can find them once this video is done. So let's talk about prompts. What is a prompt? Well, a prompt is a clear instruction or question you give MagicSchool. It guides the AI to create exactly what you need. The clearer and more specific your prompt, the better your output's going to be. So what you give to the AI generator will kind of go back to what you will receive. This screen right here is talking about writing prompts like a pro, and this actually came from the Back to School Guide, page 7, that you can kind of go and look. You see right here we have a good prompt, we have a better prompt, and then here we have the best prompt. So let's pull this apart. Let's talk about the components of a good prompt. There are 4 key parts to writing a prompt. One of the first things that everyone needs to realize when writing prompts is that it's not a Google search. We all know, we've all done it for years, Google searches are short, general. The shorter, the better, you kind of get more of a hit. Prompts are the exact opposite. You have to be very clear, very specific, and very detailed. So think about the following. What topic or concept are you teaching? Who is your audience? What is the grade skill or grade level? What kind of output are you looking for? Are you looking for a lesson plan, a quiz, a visual? And then, of course, any other details, standards, formats, answer keys, anything specific that you are looking for. So let's kind of look at a prompt. So here, we're going to actually look at the prompt assistant, which you can find in the MagicSchool AI. And as you can see from my screenshots, I gave the prompt assistant a very, very vague prompt. Told it to teach decimals. And you can look over and see that it improved my prompt and kind of is telling me to, or what I want to ask for is like a specific grade level. What are the objectives that I'm looking for? And down at the bottom, it'll even tell me how my prompt was improved. So I tried again. Again, still using the specific prompt with the prompt assistant. I told Raina to create a 4th grade lesson plan on adding fractions with different denominators to include visuals and practice aligned with the Florida Standard MA.4.FR.2.3, which I pulled that straight from CPALMS. And as you can see, it helped me even improve that prompt, gave me a little bit more clearing, kind of gave me steps of what I'm looking for. And again, at the bottom, talked about how the prompt was improved. So again, going back to the components of a good prompt, we talked about our topic and our concept. We talked about what we were teaching. We're teaching decimals. Our audience was 4th graders. We even included the standard, but we didn't tell it what kind of output we were looking for, and we didn't give it any specific than that. So let's actually kind of look at some examples here. This is for some faster planning. This is actually coming from the prompt pack. This is just slide 2. The prompt pack has a lot of good examples for using prompts with AI. But if you look at the first one, it says act as a 4th grade math teacher, designing engaging instruction, create a week-long lesson plan on fractions for 4th grade, include real-world applications, collaborative group activities, and clearly aligned objectives. That would be a great one to use with the lesson plan generator, but that's next week's lesson, so we're not going to focus on that one right now. But if you'll notice, it'll also give you examples for substitute plans, bell ringer prompts, a unit breakdown. These are all great prompts to give Raina, the chatbot. So let's look. And at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to leave our presentation. We're going to actually go to MagicSchool, and we're going to talk with Raina. So let's get out of that. Let's go to MagicSchool. Let's make our screen big again. And as I said, we're going to go to the Raina chatbot, which as you can kind of see, Raina's already given you some nice examples that you can use. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to that prompt when I just told it to teach decimals. And here is a copy of the prompt it gave me. So I'm going to take this prompt and I'm going to go back to Magic School AI and I'm going to copy it in here and we're going to see what Raina gives me. And as you can see, she thinks about it and then boom, here it comes. It is giving me some lessons. It's actually telling me a breakdown, giving me some real world examples, some guided practice, quick formative assessment, some practice problems for the students, scaffolding examples. As you can see, just that fast is how much time you can save by just really coming up with a good prompt. But do notice with this one, I did not give it the Florida standard, so it gave me Common Core state standards. So while that's nice, that wasn't exactly what I was looking for. Remember in the overview, we talked about that 80-20. So there's 80%, but the 20% I'm looking through and realizing, oh no, I didn't. That's not what I wanted. I forgot about my Florida standards. I need my Florida standards. So we're going back to that second prompt we made where we actually have the Florida standard. And I'm going to copy this one. And then I'm going to go back to Magic School and I'm going to put this one in. This one has my Florida standard. And I'm going to say, this is what I need a lesson plan on. So boom, there we go. And notice it is actually focusing on the Florida standard this time. We are going through again all the practices, all the real world, just this quickly. Look how fast Raina is turning this out for us. And we know this takes a lot of time. So basically, now look here at the bottom, it's asking me, do I want to generate practice worksheets or visual aids? Well, absolutely. I would love to generate some practice worksheets for my students. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it down here and say, please give me some practice worksheets. And then notice, boom, there we go. We've got our worksheets all coming for us. And, you know, we know we could come up with the answers for these worksheets, but you know what? An answer key would really save me some time. So yes, please give me, I'm going to say right here, would you like me to provide answer keys? Absolutely. Please provide me answer keys. And then just that quickly, you can see Raina is giving us answer keys. So, and just like we talked about in the overview, I like this. I want to keep it. Do note that Raina will save all of your chats. But remember, if you delete it, it's gone. Another thing that I can do, I can export this out. I can export it to a Google Doc. It will just give me selected, but I have some other stuff in here I want to keep. So it's going to actually give me everything, including that first lesson plan, but that's okay. I'm going to take it all. And you know what? Just so I don't forget, I'm going to ask it to also include my prompts so I can use those for reference later in the future. And there we go. It's going to export it all out to me in a Google Doc. I can save it, I can share it, I can edit it, I can do whatever I need to from here. So let's go back to our presentation and let's talk about where did these resources come from? Well, there I go. Notice that the one pager is from our writing prompts, the slide 2 that we use from the Magic School prompt pack, and then the third one, page 7 from the Back to the Magic Back to School guide. You can find and access all of these PDFs on the Technology TOSA resource course on Canvas. And if you were able to attend our live Google Meet, well, we shared all this out with you at the chat. But again, if you missed it, you just need to find it in the Technology TOSA resource course on Canvas. As always, thank you for all you do. You have any questions, please reach out to us at tosa@bay.k12.fl.us, even if it's just to ask us, hey, how do I get to that Canvas resource page so I can go back and get all these great resources? All right, y'all have a wonderful day.